going on, guys? And my Baltimore brother, Tim Connelly. Okay, I have no relation to him, but him and his brothers graduated from Towson Catholic, which is a school that doesn't exist anymore. It's actually where Carmelo Anthony went to until he transferred to Oak Hill Academy for his senior season. I know a bunch of people who played for Towson Catholic who played with Carmelo, but that's not here nor there. Tim Connelly, currently the past president of the Denver Nuggets, is a man that I've always been a fan of, and I recently found out he's also from Maryland. I'm here in Maryland right now. I go to school in Kansas. I live in Kansas, but I write all my stories and novels and screenplays in Maryland. So for him being from the same area I'm from, specifically in Maryland, Baltimore County, it's amazing. And I want to talk about why I think he's the perfect guy for the Minnesota Timberwolves to hire as our president of basketball operations, okay? Because Mark Lore and Alex Rodriguez, the new owners who will be taking over, who are slowly taking over with the help of Glenn Taylor, have said that they have wanted to bring in a top 5 president of basketball operations. This man is the best president of basketball operations. Did you know Tim Connelly doesn't like to trade? He has said it in quote, he asked permission for Nikola Jokic when he traded for Aaron Gordon because he does not like trading players. He thinks it's disgusting. He's like, I like growing things organically. Let's talk about it. Like and subscribe. What are your thoughts down below? What do you think of Tim Connelly? The Timberwolves are in serious talks with Denver Nuggets president Tim Connelly about the franchise vacant president of basketball operations role, sources tell The Athletic Shams Charania. The Timberwolves recently requested permission from the Nuggets to speak with Connelly, and the sides have moved beyond exploratory conversation, sources said. There have been no agreements reached yet, and nothing appears imminent, sources said. Connelly has emerged as a serious target for the Timberwolves and marks the first known external candidate for the organization's lead basketball department. Sanjay Gupta, the Timberwolves executive vice president, remains a significant part of the organization's long-term vision and is a candidate to continue overseeing the basketball operation, sources said. Look, I personally, Sanjay Gupta has ran our organization this year, and my understanding is if we bring Tim Connelly in, it's because Tim will be the president with Sachin being the vice president, like that there'll be a 1-2 punch. But then this also acknowledges that they are giving Sanjay Gupta, a opportunity to be a part of like the interview. So Sachin Gupta could become our president. But right now they're seeing if Tim Connelly and Gupta would be willing to be one, president and vice president and be brothers in arms. But I could also see them just saying, hey, Gupta, you're president now, and you find who you want to be vice president. Either way, Connelly has established himself as one of the NBA's top executives, building the Nuggets into a perennial postseason contender that is expected to be another, for the 4th season in a row to be championship contenders in 2022 to 2023. He built that roster led by Nikola Jokic, a 2-time league MVP, and they're anticipating the return of a healthy Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. next season. And this is a guy who took over after Masai Ujiri left to go back to Toronto, and he had just won the Executive of the Year. And Connelly took over and has done an incredible job leading the Nuggets as the basketball decision maker for the past 9 seasons, which has included playoff appearances in each of the last 4 years and a run to the Western Conference Finals in 2020 and 2 conference semifinals. And the Timberwolves are coming off a renaissance year, which they doubled their win total from 2020 to 2021. Finishing with a 46-36 record victory against the LA Clippers in the play-in tournament in the first playoff appearance in 4 seasons. Yes, they lost to the Memphis Grizzlies in 6 games, and now the Wolves' ownership is potentially looking to make moves in an effort to build on that success. Gupta led the Wolves front office this season, stepping into the role after Gerson Rosas was fired just days before the start of training camp in September. Gupta's ability to calm what was a tense front office environment in the days leading to Rosas' firing drew praise from within, and his partnership with coach Chris Finch was a big part of the team's success. Timberwolves majority owner Glenn Taylor said Gupta would be evaluated after the season to determine if they would go forward with him or look elsewhere. The Wolves have now ruled out the possibility that Gupta will remain in charge, or said, but the talks with Connelly represented real consideration of hiring someone above Gupta. The factor prominently in the decision-making process are minority owners Mark Lore and Alex Rodriguez, who joined the organization last summer with the intent of succeeding Taylor as the Wolves' majority owner by the end of 2023. Lore and Rodriguez have injected some enthusiasm and aggressiveness into the organization since their arrival. One of Lore's core philosophy in business he has run has been to hire the best possible people no matter the cost. Any decision of this magnitude ultimately will be made by Taylor, who has built a strong relationship with Gupta over the last year, but he also wants to work with Lauren Rodriguez to ensure a smooth transition when the time comes he steps out of the picture. And Conley is well thought, across the league for his role in building the Nuggets roster that's rich in talent at the top and boasts depth as well, with finds like Monte Morris and Bones Highland, who have become strong rotational role players early in their careers. And the Nuggets started the season was as one of the favorites in the West, but injuries to Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. that didn't heal as quickly as expected contributed to a season that ended with a first-round loss to the Golden State Warriors. Under Conley's watch, the Nuggets brought in coach Mike Malone and assembled a respected front office that included Arthuras Karnifsoas, I can't say his name, who rose to general manager role within the Nuggets front office and led to take the Chicago Bulls executive vice president job in 2020. That led to Denver promoting assistant general manager Calvin Booth to general manager. Leaving the two-time MVP for upstart Minnesota would be a very bold move by Tim Connelly, but the Timberwolves do have a pair of building blocks in Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, as well as young talent Jaden McDaniels and Darren Vanderbilt, Jordan McLaughlin. We also have Leandro Ballamora, a coach Chris Finch is a coach who's revered throughout the organization, and an ownership group that appears to be motivated to invest into the organization. Gupta said at the end of his season news conference that he would continue leading the way until told otherwise. He made that decision not to exercise the option of assistant GM Gianluca Pascucci, and also hired Steve Sr. away from the Memphis Grizzlies to start a newly created assistant GM position in charge of player development. Taylor, Lauren Rodriguez empowered Gupta to make those decisions while they mule their options. Again, I could see a world where Conley comes in as the president and Gupta stays as the EVP, but I could also see where Conley comes in and Gupta is like, well, I wanted to be president, so I'm out. And he goes because he's been offered multiple times to be the head for other teams. Or I could see them talking to Conley and wanting to offer Conley the deal, and then Gupta tells him, hey, I'm out of here if you give him the job. And then Glenn Taylor goes, look, I want Gupta, so tell Conley no. But best case scenario is they bring in Conley and then make him president. Gupta stays as vice president. I want to hear your thoughts down below if you guys agree with me, but let's hope the best happens.